Right, there's a look at the most wickets so far in the Betway SA20. Mutasami, who's on the sidelines today, with 5. Correction, he's not, actually. He's got 5 and he's been playing really well. Noor Ahmed is outstanding today and he's got 5 now. Potgieter's got 5, I think the first game got 5 for 10. Mujib's been really bowling nicely over the last couple of games, and Ferreira has come to his own with 4.
Of the dismissals for Noor Ahmed have come tonight, and it's been unbelievable skill. There's been no fortunate boundary catches or anything along those lines. It's been just quality deliveries, quality variations, and all 3 times hitting the stumps. So an accuracy involved as well. Precision in performance.
Yeah, outstanding work. Let's look at what he's done so far in this innings with a beehive. There's the 3 pulsing deliveries that he's got. And turned back a mile. Wokes went for 9 his first over. It's in the air for a while, but safe enough.
And that's going to be his game plan. Of that I have absolutely no doubt. Just lots of cutters, slow deliveries. He's going to almost try and be a spinner off a long run-up. Not 1-6 tonight so far, Hazy. And you did your piece from on the road there outside of Kingsmead. I don't think anything's going to disappear that way tonight. And this has been the best catching ground in the Betway. Take a catch and win your share of 2 million. You've had 2 catches of the 3 to be taken, but no one's been tested this evening.
This Betway catch 2 million story's got a little bit slow. Come on, you guys, you've got to start taking these catches. There's been plenty of opportunity in the games that we've had, but we've only had 3 so far. Time for some more, I say. Abel didn't get runs, really runs, in the first couple of games. And he's doing nicely at the moment. He's back on strike now. 286 runs with a high score of 65, an average of 48, and a strike rate of 153 last season, Tom Abel. So season 2 was a very good one for him. He's got a kick on here, 36 years now. Crack that away, flat, 1 bounce, that's gone for 4.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed with this, Chris Wokes. It was kind of a slow delivery into the middle of the pitch, but the length and the height that it came through to Abel was really easy to put away. He's gone for the leg cutter, and he just sat up in the surface. Width, easy one to just drag across to the vacant mid-wicket area. And boundaries have been few and far between after the power play, but there's one.
Rocking bat and chopping that away, back with a square. Good timing, sweeper into play, can't stop it. 4 runs, that's really good work. 2 fours, 2 balls.
It's amazing, the extra pace on the delivery just makes it so much easier for the batters at the crease. And that's nicely guarded. Placement really good. 2 men sprawling, trying their best to cut it off, but not to be.
So 10 off this over, 2 balls to go, an opportunity for a big over. eased away. Look at the projected score. If they happen to get the 10-0 from here and get to 167, that's a very, very good score.
Whatever they get, the Durban Super Giants are going to have to be really smart about the way they try and chase this down. And they'll just be able to come out guns blazing and knock it off with plenty of boundaries being accumulated. Someone like a Kane Williamson is probably going to be really important. 106 for 4.
Flags are up and waving from the Durban Super Giants. Look at that, that looks wonderful on the banks. Lots of support for the Durban Super Giants tonight, 15,000 people. That's how many tickets were sold before the game got underway, and I've no doubt when people realise it wasn't going to rain, there's going to be 2,000 or 3,000 more coming in to have a look at this game, giving their team great support at this venue. Parsons again. Good stuff from Kane Williamson. Good to see him fit again after his first outing where he got 60 off 40.
Yeah, it could be interesting. I think Sunrisers maybe have to try and pull the trigger on this over. We talked about how Parsons is a bit of a part-timer. So is there an opportunity to maybe try and take him down on the back of a good over against Wokes and really get the momentum in the innings going? And someone like a Marco Jansen, he's not a guy who tends to sit around. He's always looking for that opportunity to go big, and maybe he might be allocated with the job of trying to pick up a boundary or two here.
What do you think they're targeting, Sean? What do you reckon they're looking at for a number at this stage?
I think anything over 150 they'd be happy with, but they do get striking at the back end, still with stubs to come. Maybe they can push it up to 165, 170. I suppose it does depend on Abel. Abel's been there for 31 deliveries, so he's got the pace of the surface. He's understanding how it's all working, and if he can be at the back end with 70 or 80 himself, then they've got a chance. But it's not going to be easy. There's still overs. One more from Nur Ahmed, one more from Maharaj, and I think those are going to be the two difficult customers to deal with. And
right now there's slow bowlers operating all the time to Marco Jansen, which is exactly how they should be at this stage, not allowing him to use the pace of the ball at all. Trying to get that one away, and he's found a gap, and that's going to go for 4. That's a really important shot. Nicely played.
Yeah, this is brilliant from Jansen, because it's a very small element of risk. He plays the shot so well. He's such a tall fella that when he gets a big stride and he really gets himself massively far down that surface and rolls the wrist beautifully. It's all about the placement, but that is superb.
4 singles and now a boundary. It's a very well manoeuvred over from the Sunrisers. And good call from Tom Abel. That's really good running. They turned that suddenly from 4 ones to a 9 over. 115 for 4.
Right, 30 deliveries remaining in the innings. Glorious kids and children in, enjoying the cricket. It's such a great opportunity for the peace players of South Africa to be here watching what is a highly anticipated battle. It is the rematch of last year's finale, and the crowd have been well aware of that. Game nicely poised, 5 overs to go. Scoring rate just around 7.5 runs per over, but they'll be looking for a flourish to end. Naveen back into the attack. Alongside me, a few good men, a few Englishmen. Mark Butcher and Stuart Broad. Stewie.
Not many people call me Stewie.
Isn't that a character from Family Guy or something like that? Oddfish.
But you don't think that's a nice name? Stu? I was trying to get it.
Stu's alright.
Stewie. Same thing.
Tell you what, this has been a really good knock from Tom Abel. I've seen him do this on multiple occasions. Middle order for Somerset, and they've played on some turning pitches down there. 50 over and 20 over cricket, come in and work the ball around. He's played predominantly with a ramrod straight back, run hard, not taking any undue risk, but this is a priceless little innings, this 47 from 32. Almost got him.
Like you got Zach Crawley. He says a brilliant partnership out. I think it's one of those pitches that it's really difficult to know what a good score will be. So when you're batting first, it's a bit of a cliche, but every single run you can add to this total is absolutely vital, because even the leg cutters from the seamers are gripping and moving.
Well fielded. Excellent effort from Kane Williamson.
Every time he hits the floor, I reckon Kesh Maharaj breathes a huge sigh of relief when he gets up and he's okay. Problems throughout his career with dodgy hamstrings and bad backs, unfortunate finger injuries. He's so important, Kane Williamson. He's going to be really important batting tonight. And that is fabulous work from the veteran.
Inside edge on it. They've only hit 11 boundaries, folks. You would think that the the scoring rate would be closer to a run a ball, but they're actually in a good position because of how efficient they've been. And I assume, Butch, that's what you get with Abel at the crease.
Yeah, you get that. I tell you what, though, when they come off at half-time, no matter how many they end up having to chase, I reckon they're going to be very, very sore about the amount of gifts they gave away. Not only in the power play, but since the seamers have come back, they've been too wide and a little too short on occasion on this surface where you want to be hitting the top of middle stump.
And that is another gift. Biggest gift of the day, and that was a gift as well for you, sir. It wasn't accepted. First maximum of the day, though.
Yeah, right on cue, Mark Butcher. That is not where you want to bowl on a slow, low service that's spinning. Knee-high full toss to Marco Jansen, who's in a bit of form. Watching him at Pretoria the other night, he was playing this shot with ease, and he's done it again. Well, that looked like an opportunity in the crowd. You can tell by the body language, the old teapot, hands on the hips.
Work fell off to do. End of 16, though, much more prolific over for the Eastern Cape. 11 from it, 1-2-6 for 4.
Can't think of a single heave or a big swipe across the line that Sunrisers Eastern Cape have had to play in order to find the boundary. Almost every single time the ball has gone for 4, it's been because it's been a poor ball. In the midst of that, there's been some genius from Noor Ahmad. They bowled a lot of gimmies on a difficult surface.
Blue flags waving. Each franchise tries to build their own identity. In Joburg, you get the whistles. Here you get blue everywhere. Yeah, I wonder now if it's time for one of these batters to really go. Tristan Stubbs is there. You want to make use of all your resources. Dawson still to come. Maharaj. Poor Naveen just bowled a full over. Now has to get to work.
Well, one thing that Kesh Maharaj has in his favour as Abel goes to 50. It's a really good knock. How valuable that will be, we'll only know at the end of the innings, but my feeling is that's a terrific knock from young Tom Abel.
It's his fourth in SA20. Obviously, he's been here for 3 seasons, and there's a reason they keep opting for him, because in tough adverse conditions, he finds a way to squeeze out runs. Third 50 against DSG.
Maharaj does have, obviously, this over for himself. He's got one more from Noor Ahmad. So it's 12 deliveries, which should be high quality, out of the last 4 overs.
Yeah, I wonder whether you use Noor Ahmed in the next over to try and break this partnership. I know that might bring Tristan Stubbs to the crease, but both these guys, Tom Abel on 50, Marco Jansen could strike a big ball. You want these out before the last couple of overs.
Where do you guys sit on teams saving guys for the back end? We see it with Klaassen, we talk about it every game. Nicholas Pooran in World Cricket. Another captain or coach could have sent Tristan Stubbs early and backed him to get through the spin and then be there at the end. Where do you guys sit on it?
Well, I think in this case today, Jansen is playing brilliantly, so I had no issue with that. Also wonder if there is a suspicion, and perhaps some of our South African friends will tell me that Stubbs is perhaps not as effective against the turning ball on these slower pitches. Certainly there's always an argument about where Klaassen comes into bat for DSG.
The intent has been interesting in that over, just 5 runs from it. 17th, 1-3-1 for 4.
Entry point, isn't that the new buzzword around T20 teams, Stuart?
My general feel is you want your best players facing the most amount of balls, to be honest. So Paul Rawls have put Joe Root in to open the batting for maybe the 5th time in 120 T20s, because they want him to face the most amount of balls. It's the over by over. See the 10th over, the double breakthrough from Noor Ahmed. Superb bowling. But I'm in the camp of getting my best ball strikers facing as many balls as possible. I feel like it's a waste if they face 5 balls and get 12 runs at the end.
All right, will be Noor for his final over. That is sensational batting and awareness from Tom Abel.
So good. He's taken his time to peel this one out of the locker. It is a shot he plays extremely well. Again, it's an assessment of the risk, really. Now he feels the time is right to show his full array of strokes, take some risk, pile on the runs.
No. 2 overs from here, you expect Wokes to bowl one. He's been very good back end in the tournament so far. Naveen to bowl the other, so they know they'll get pace. Maharaj and Noor are finished. Jansen's approach to Maharaj in the last over was interesting. It seemed low risk, and think about teams sometimes trying to go helter-skelter, they then end up getting a lot less than they aim for. Hit very straight, but it was the power on it which made Noor Ahmed have no chance at catching it.
Yeah, it's helter-skelter time. And brings up the 50 partnership, and a wonderful partnership at that, of just 37 deliveries on a difficult pitch, a turning pitch. It's beautiful power strike down the ground. You're never going to have a fielder behind the umpire there.
Short, and I suppose, Butch, it's the luxury they have with Jansen, where they think he probably is equally as good or just under Stubbs in terms of a ball striker.
Yeah, and he's in great form. I mean, that counts for a lot in this format of the game. Just ask Aidan Martin.
Going straight up. Confusion, big confusion, but the clock holds on. If he had dropped that, I don't think he would have been smiling the same way.
Oh dear. It was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. You could see the two fielders looking at each other, looking at the ball, looking at each other, looking at the ball. And in the end, the right decision was made. The man with the gloves went for it and took it. Abel walks off with a pained expression on his face, but I reckon he can be very, very pleased with his night's work so far. Just watch him here, look down at the fielder, look at the ball. Quentin says, it's mine, Naveen.
Okay.
I think that's a yellow card. I don't think it was quite studs up, otherwise he'd have had to go. Abel goes for 57 from 39, it's 1-4, 1 for 5.
Another wicket for Noor. He really is addicted to wicket taking when it comes to playing here in Durban. The perfect man for the job, given how much cricket the Super Giants play here every season. And they'll be hoping to lock him up each and every year of this SA20. But Abel has done his job. Very busy innings, making sure that they have a platform laid for the likes of Stubbs and Jansen to finish.
One ball left of his spell, and he's on 4 for. Expect him to try and hit the stumps here, aiming for a 5.
Oh, this could be a run out. Derek hit, I reckon he was in trouble. Jansen wanted the run. Stubbs busy ball watching. 1-4, 2 for 5. So many DP World Dispatch contenders throughout the season. Didn't get a lot of maximums today. This was the first one. A gift from Naveen. Well accepted by Jansen. Not in the crowd though.
Middle, stopper.
12 deliveries left for two of the best ball strikers in the SA20 to have. Jansen will use the levers to hit straight. Leg side is a slightly bigger boundary, but it is with the wind, so they protected it. 3 fielders deep backwards squared. Cow corner, no mid wicket. That man is quite straight, along with the long on.
Yeah, imagine Tristan Stubbs will have half an hour on that leg side boundary with the wind howling that way.
Look for a couple. The fielders are deep, so they should get 2. And that man is at cow corner because he's very strong there, Stubbs. So he'll be targeting it.
Junior Dala does a lot of fielding when he's playing as a sub for DSG. Barely a game where he doesn't get on if he's not in the starting 11. That would have been the end of Stubbs. I don't reckon he's best mates with Chris Wokes either. Absolutely hurled that from about 15 yards.
That replay doesn't do it justice. This is where Wokes has been so good. Into the pitch and pace off and put down. Quinton de Kock holds his back straight away. That could be a huge moment in this contest.
I can only blame the wind. I can only think that the wind took that ball further than he thought, but hopefully he's okay here. Immediately grabbed his back. It was a heavy fall because of the misjudgment. He got himself in an awkward position, but he's immediately in pain here, and we all hope that he's okay.
He seemed to be settled, didn't he, underneath it? And you're backing Quentin de Kock 9 times out of 10 to take a steepler like this. Just watch him. He thought he's got it, and then suddenly it's about 2 meters further away from him. Wind is howling northerly, and it went up a long, long way. Now they just hope that his back is all right and he can come out there and play some liquid strokes in this run chase. It's going to be a testing one, I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, that's the direction the wind is going in. just continuously taking the ball across. It is a chance though. It's Stubbs as well. And Tom Abel could be the difference maker in this contest when we come to the end of this game. It was a real gutsy innings and he played like a pro. Rain played like a pro innings from the Englishman.
Yeah, less said about the rain, the better, thanks, Nikhil, given that I've come from the high veld. But the sometime Somerset captain, England A player, needed runs, and he provided them. Rain played like a pro man.
Yeah, a lot of his runs coming 360 degrees really. He's got the reverse sweeps, as you can see, behind square on the offside. He can hit you down the ground, and decent pull shot as well. Let's talk tactics in the meantime, gentlemen. What's interestingly, he's got 3 deep on the leg side, Brody. Is he happy with that win because it's a slightly bigger boundary to force the let Stubbs take it on, or are you going offside?
I think his preference would be to get the right-handed batter hitting to the offside into that wind, because it will be hard to hit a 6 over the offside against the breeze. You can see from those flags how blustery it is, whereas if a Tristan Stubbs gets hold of one up there into the wind from the leg side, it's going to disappear. It's a slow, it's a clever bit of bowling on this surface, a leg cutter away from the blade, and Stubbs can only top edge it up into the sky, but it was high enough that the wind grabbed it, and Quinton de Kock looked set underneath it. He looked really comfortable right now, absolutely fine, and then the wind moves it a yard late and he gets full stretch, and I think it's the full stretch fall that has twinged his lower back, but he's still out there on the field, not looking his most comfortable, but he's a gritty character, and a character that gives not much away, and he'll be hoping this one doesn't come to him.
If he does go wide walks, Janssen is very good over long off, played some outstanding drives, lofted drives over long off for 6, given those levers, so maybe that's an option if walks is too full.
It was a real mark of Marco Janssen's innings up at Centurion. He made 50, almost a lone hand really, just how easily he found the ball to time on a surface that everybody else was scratching about. He's just a wonderful timer of the ball, incredibly talented, proper all-round player.
And that's why deep cow corners in place as opposed to mid-wicket. A mark of Marco Janssen, Butch? Is that intentional or?
Not on this occasion.
I know you're quite skilled when it comes to the play on words, so I'm just checking. This was the innings though.
Yeah, made 50 from 35 deliveries and a total of 113.
Gallagher's got a good arm. He's got a good arm, as Wokes would know.
Only took Janssen about 4 steps to get to the other end, right?
What we're seeing in this over makes Navi tactics when he bowled his last over so surprising. Why would you ever bowl full? He was trying to go full at Janssen, missed his length a couple of times, was deposited. It seems impossible. To hit when you go into the pitch.
Yeah, the slower balls into the pitch, moving away from the right-handed batter, are perfect. Chris Wokes has got an array of slower balls. And with one ball left of his evening, I'd be surprised if he did anything but slower into the surface, but also Marco Jansen could set himself for that, could set himself for that 115k delivery.
Top class and great positioning from the tall all-rounder. End of 19, 150 is up, 153 for 5.
Yeah, 153 for 5. 117 kilometres per hour, Stuart. But he did set himself. Set himself deep in the crease, was expecting the slower ball. Once again, nailed it. No fuss.
Days ago, Faf du Plessis mentioned how tough it is to come and win here in Durban. It's because of surfaces like this. It's because of this bowling attack, and they've only lost 4 times across the 3 seasons. But this Eastern Cape team was one of the 4 to beat them, so they will know. They're in a good position with 6 balls to go. Naveen to bowl the final over. Deep, extra cover, long off, the rest deep on the leg side.
We often talk about how important these final overs are. It's all to do with that magical word momentum, isn't it? If you can finish really strongly with the bat, you drag that momentum into the ball, and vice versa. But 155 already feels a strong score on this service, but if you can get that up to 165, you put a lot of pressure on DSG's batting unit. So a lot of pressure on Naveen here, who's not been at his best tonight. 34 for 1 off just over 3 overs. He's not got it quite right, and his tactics are important for these final balls.
Deep extra cover moves to deep cover. And I know in every T20 game the power play is important, but it just feels like tonight those first 6 overs have even more importance. Given you saw what happened when Noor came on and got a couple of wickets, they were 54 for 1, so they had a chance to consolidate and still be at a decent scoring rate. DSG chased the other night, they lost early wickets, and Kane Williamson, again, you think he could be the glue on a surface like this.
Again, I'll go back to it. Stuart Broad mentioned that Naveen hasn't been at his best tonight, or it might have been Unicure. But I do think there's probably, I don't know, 24, 25 runs on that total that were just from just outright bad balls. And if Sunrisers Eastern Cape have a bit more discipline with the ball, it's going to make it even more difficult to chase it down. And they're on for somewhere near that 165.
That's big. When Stubbs hits it, yeah, it stays hit more often than not. He really middled that one.
Yeah, the slower ball from Naveen down to 107 Ks, but fair to say that was picked by Tristan Stubbs, just setting himself for the pace off. Really clever batting, and it's that step and hit. If you bowl the slower ball, you can't be in the slot. Got to be shorter than that, make Tristan Stubbs reach for it, but he's a tall man. Plonks his foot down the middle of the surface and just dispatches that over long on.
better length. I think even as good as Stubbs is on the pull, you don't mind him trying to take on that howling wind.
Yeah, shorter is better. Stubbs was through that too early. That one, oh, I think you can say he met it at precisely the right moment. Missed again in the crowd. Not had many opportunities tonight, but the ones they have had have been catchable.
Will not get a boundary to finish. However, the magical 165 has been breached. Only once in 7 attempts has a team chased 165 plus. Here in Durban, Maharaj will know his team need to be better chasing. But it sets up what is an enthralling run chase we expect. Noor special again.
Yeah, 4 for 25. It was